Good day to Sharios and everyone. I'm Pansini, matrix number 267341, and we are from group 5. My group member consists of VOON, LING, CHOW, YOKE, and Anna Shilians. Our group will be discussing on the trade financing facility of CMB Bank and HSBC Bank. Now let me have a brief introduction about what is trade financing facilities. Trade finance represents the financial instruments and products that are used by companies to facilitate their international trade. Trade finance makes it possible and easier for importer and exporter to transact business through trade. The trade finance is an umbrella term that meaning it covers many financial products that banks and companies utilize to make the trade transactions visible. Here are 5 trade financing facilities which we'll be discussing by us, which are overdraft, letter of credit, banker acceptance, trust receipt, as well as guarantees. Now let me have an introduction about what is overdraft. An overdraft is extensions of credit from a lending institutions that are granted when an account reaches zero. The overdraft allows the account holders to continue withdrawing money even when the accounts have no funds or insufficient funds to cover the amount of the withdrawal. What are the pros and cons of an overdraft? Well, the pro of an overdraft involve providing emergency temporarily funds when an account unexpectedly has insufficient funds. However, an overdraft protections often come with a significant fee and interest that if not paid off in a timely manner, it can add on as an additional burden to the account holder. These are the steps to apply for the overdraft facility from CMB Bank and HSBC Bank. First, you need to prepare the documents that are required by the bank. You may be visiting the bank official's website to get more information or detailed information regarding the document needed. After that, you may bring all those documents to the nearest branches of the specific bank to apply for the facility in person. These are the document requirements for CMB Bank overdraft facilities. The applicants are required to submit these compulsory documents such as photocopy of your NRIC, collateral documents, which based on collateral to be pledged, and as well as your income documents. These are the income documents for different types of applicants of CMB Bank. For the applicants which are salary earners, you need to prepare latest 1-month payslip or latest 3-month payslip or latest EPF statements, as well as other documents such as latest 3-month payment vouchers, latest 3-month payslip, and latest 3-month salary crediting bank statements or latest EPF statements. While for the commissions earner, you may need to prepare latest 6-month commission statements and commission crediting bank statement or latest Form B and LHDN payment receipt. While for the self-employed applicants, you may need to prepare latest 6-month company bank statements and your business registration document or latest Form B and LHDN payment receipt or latest E-Form B and e-filing acknowledgement receipt. These are the document requirements for overdraft facility of HSBC Bank. In general, you need to prepare your copy of your NRC and income document as well. For the regular income applicants, you need to prepare latest 1-month payslip or latest 3-month bank statement or latest Form BE or EA form or EPF statement, and appointment letter or confirmations stating a salary or allowance. While for the varied income applicants, you need to prepare latest 1-month payslip or 3-month commission slip or copy of your 3-month bank statement showing salary or payment credits into the account, and as well as your latest Form BE or EPF statement not exceeding 12 months old, or copy of your yearly commission statement from your employer. For those self-employed, you may need to prepare copy of latest Form B or e-tax form or EPF statements not exceeding 12 months old, or copy of your audited financial statement and business registration form, as well as others additional documents such as latest 6-month business bank statement or proprietor bank statements and latest 6 months of your personal bank statement. These are the fees and charge of overdraft facility for both banks. The commitment fee for both banks are the same. This difference in between of the excess interest, which the CIMB Bank will charge BR plus 6.35% or minimum of 5 ringgit on any amount in excess of the facility limit, whilst HSBC Bank will charge 1% per annum over the aforesaid rate or such other rates revised by the bank from time to time. As a conclusion, this is the comparison between the CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank in terms of cost and convenience. The costs for both banks are average, and this facility provides the convenience to the customer in the terms of the step to apply for it. So this is for my part. That's all for my part. So now I will be pass the floor to the next presenter to present about their part. Thank you.
Hi and good day everyone. I am LING, matric number 263543. Today I would like to present about the second product in trade financing facilities, which is letter of credit. Nowadays, letter of credit is an important financial tool in trade transactions. These letter of credit include in domestic as well as international market. It will trade by using this letter of credit in order to facilitate the payments and transactions. For example, a bank or a financial institution will act as the party between buyers and sellers in this letter of credit transaction. They will assure that the payments of funds would be complete between sellers and buyers in order to meet their obligation in the agreed terms. Besides that, letter of credit, and also known as the documentary credit, is defined that letter of credit is a financial document which provided by a bank or a financial institution as a bank guarantee between the sellers and buyers. On the other hand, they have some features about letter of credit. Firstly, the features of letter of credit is it can be negotiable. This is because letter of credit is a negotiable instrument and it can pass freely as money amongst the various parties, but it will only occur when there is unconditional promise of payments on the demand or at the particular times. Secondly, letter of credit can be revocability, which is it can be revocable or irrevocable when issuing these facilities. This is because in revocable letter of credit, the banks can revoke or modify a revocable letter of credit at any time without notification, while irrevocable letter of credit is the most commonly used by all parties because irrevocable letter of credit cannot be modified or without agreement of all parties in these transactions. Next, in transfer and assignment, the buyer is able to transfer and assign the letter of credit as many times, and the letter of credit will be remain effective in bank or financial institution. Lastly, the letter of credit can be paid in two ways, which are side draft or time draft. In side draft, the banks will pay when the letter of credit is presented, whereas the time draft is paid after the certain duration of time. Moreover, they have also include some benefits for customers while they issuing the letter of credit in bank. Firstly, the bank will provide the securities for the customers. For example, if the customer will default of payment of funds, the bank will pay on behalf of the customers. This is because it is a financial agreement within the banks and the buyers. Therefore, it will protect the customers and minimize the time because the bank will act as on behalf of customers. Besides that, another benefit of the letter of credit is the letter of credit transaction can help the customers to reduce the non-performance by suppliers. This is because the suppliers is more preferable using the letter of credit transaction than other transaction, which it will help to protect the suppliers. Therefore, it can help buyers to meet their obligation and commitment if issuing the letter of credit from bank. It means that letter of credit is a financial document which will sent by a bank or financial institution that guarantee the payment of funds for goods and service to the sellers. Once the sellers has submit the documents, sellers will receive the payments from buyers on the certain time and in the full amount. In addition, I will be ongoing to present about the information on how do the customers to apply the letter of credit transaction in CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. At the very first step, after the applicant has find a sellers in purchasing goods and service, they need to sign a sales contract as approved. In this sales and contract, the applicant will state the terms and conditions, such as the payment date and the amount of the goods and service. In step 2, after they have do the signature of sales of contract, the applicant may apply the letter of credit in CIMB Bank or HSBC Bank, while the applicant have to make sure the letter of credit application is fulfilled with the terms and conditions between the beneficiary and the applicant. Besides that, after the applicant has applied the letter of credit transaction in CIMB Bank or HSBC Bank, these two banks will require the applicant to fill in the letter of credit application form with attached the invoice or sales contract between the sellers and the buyers. While in step 3, the banks will charge a relevant fees from applicant after they apply the letter of credit transaction in CIMB Bank or HSBC Bank. This is because these two banks has to verify all the documents that the applicant required, and it needs more time to be done. While the last step for customers to apply the letter of credit transaction in CIMB Bank or HSBC banks, these two banks will do the evaluation about the applicants within the 3 to 4 working days. This is because the banks have to verify all the requirements from the applicant before they approve the letter of credit transaction. While if the banks approve the letter of credit transaction and the banks is promised to pay on behalf of the customers. Next, I will discuss about the fees and charge of letter of credit transaction in the CIMB Bank. There have few types of products and services in CIMB Bank. However, the CIMB Bank will base on the different products in the letter of credit transaction and charge the different fees. For example, for the endorsement, the CIMB Bank will charge the applicant for RM50 per flag in the letter of credit transaction, while the working days to issuing the letter of credit is within 3 days from the date that for the applicant apply. Besides that, the HSBC Bank also charge the different fees in the letter of credit transaction. For example, if the applicant in HSBC Bank wants to cancel the letter of credit transaction, the banks will charge the local documentary credit is 50 ringgit, while for the overseas is 100 ringgit. While based on the comparison between the CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank, the cost of fees that the CIMB charge is low, while the HSBC is highest. However, in the risk that the CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank that show is low, therefore the customers can apply the letter of credit transaction in these two banks.
Hi everyone, my name is Lawudi, matrix number 262258. Now I will continue to explain the third trade financing product, which is banker acceptance. Banker's acceptance is a financial instrument that represents a promised future payment from a bank. This means that the bank will promise to the customers and help them to pay a certain amount of the payment after issuing the banker's acceptance. Besides, they are short-term instruments and its maturity period is only up to 6 months. There are some benefits of banker acceptance for the customers. First, they are low cost because the interest rate charged by the bank is very low. Second, there are no advance payment, so that the customer will have a chance to use the banker acceptance first before they make any payment. Third, it has small financial risk because the bank can give guarantees and assurance to the customer that make sure everything will be paid once the banker acceptance is issued. Next, The step to apply for the banker acceptance from CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. Both of the banks have the same procedures in the application of banker acceptance. Step 1. The customer do an international business with the exporter. For example, the Malaysian buyer make a purchase on the products from the Australia seller. Step 2. The customer need to submit a request to the bank and ask the bank to issue the banker acceptance. At the same time, the customer also need to prepare the documents needed in the application of the banker acceptance. Step 3. After the bank verified the documents, it will charge a fee such as acceptance commission to issue the banker acceptance. Step 4. After the customer settle the payment, the bank will promise to pay on behalf of the customers until the products were safely delivered to the customers. Then only the customer will pay the money to the bank. There is difference in fees and charges on banker acceptance of CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. For CIMB Bank, there are only one type of product or service to be charged by the bank, which is accepted commission. Accepted commission is a fee charged by a bank for receiving a draft on behalf of the customers, and the fees and charge of the accepted commission is based on the letter of offer. Letter of offer is a letter issued by the bank to the customer, and it will be accepted by the customer in 2 weeks. The customer must pay attention that there is a cut-off time for transaction on Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. For transaction through Rentas payment, the cut-off time is at 12 p.m. These are the fees and charges on banker acceptance of HSBC Bank. There are 3 types of product and service charged by the banks. First, interest rate. It was charged at relevant ringgit cost of fund plus margin as determined by the bank. So, there is a low interest rate will be charged. Second, acceptance commission. It was charged at an agreed percentage as stipulated in the facility offer letter. Same as the CIMB Bank, the rate of acceptance commission will agree by both of the bank and also the customers. Third, handling fee. The fee is charged at the fixed cost, which is only 5 ringgit. This is the comparison between CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. From the previous slide, we can see that CIMB Bank has lower cost on banker acceptance compared to the HSBC Bank. However, there is a cut-off time transaction which will cause inconvenience to the customer who want to make payment to the bank, because they only can make the payment before or after the cut-off time transaction. In contrast, HSBC Bank has higher cost on banker acceptance compared to the CIMB Bank. But there is no cut-off time transaction for the customers. So this is very convenient for the customer who want to make the payment to the bank because they can make the transaction at any time. In overall, each of bank has their own advantages and disadvantages in the application of banker acceptance. So we cannot determine exactly that which bank is preferred for the customer to apply the banker acceptance. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Anna Silayan and my battery number is 263689. Now I will proceed to the fourth financial product, which is trust receipts, TR. TR is short-term financing provided by a bank to the buyers to help him pay the import bills. The buyers will take possession of the goods, sell the goods, and pay the bank the principal amount with interest. The benefits of TR in buyer bills are: obtain 100% financing of the invoice value. There is no minimum financing amount and interest. Flexibility to partial or early settlement prior to maturity. Allows cost savings as interest is calculated out through the numbers of their finance. This means that the interest is compounded based on the daily basis. It also improves cash flow of the buyers. To get a TR, the buyers must fulfill this requirement. Firstly, the buyers must have a good relations with the bank. Bank and buyers or borrowers must agree to the terms of the TR, including the loan amount, interest rate, maturity date, and more. Step 2. Apply for the trust receipt from CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. Step 1. The borrower deal in domestic purchase and import. Step 2. The borrowers must choose a bank that have a good relations with him and submit a request to the bank for issuing TR. Step 3. The borrowers submit related documents at the International Trade Service after the TR is approved, so that the bank can check the credit burdens and the conditions of credit line users. Step 4. Then submit the original shipment document to the borrowers to declare the goods and make an advance payment to the seller in a foreign country. Step 5. The borrowers repays the bank on the due date. Fee and charges on trust receipts from CIMB Bank. The bank charges 90 ringgit charges on currency change and attentions. The bank also charges 30 ringgit charges for the partial payment. Fees and charges on trust receipts from HSBC Bank. For financing charges, the bank charges 0.25% of financial amount on it. It is fair for small and medium enterprise customers. This means that it is free for small and medium enterprise customers. For commissions in lieu of exchange, the bank charges 0.1% of facility amount for foreign currency facility. The minimum amount is 50 ringgit charges and the maximum amount is 500 ringgit charges. For stamp duty, the bank charges nominal fees at 10 ringgit charges. Comparisons between CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. The cost that the buyer or borrowers need to bear for obtaining a TR is low in CIMB Bank. However, the cost for the buyers or borrower to obtain TR from HSBC Bank is high. The risk that the buyers or borrowers and the bank need to take on TR is low in CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. It's because the bank bears the majority of the credit risk in the transactions. The risk can be mitigated when the borrower is able to make profit from results of the goods.
Hi and good day everyone, my name is KUAN. My matric number is 2635588. I will continue the last trade financing facility, which is bank guarantee. Bank guarantee is a contract that the lending institution or the bank promise to cover the losses when the borrower or the debtor fail to repay. Actually, bank guarantee will step into the transaction when the applicant or the debtor default on its obligation, which means that the borrower unable or unwilling to repay. So, in the bank guarantee, the buyer or the applicant is the primary debtor. The bank guarantee has the purpose that promote the business development when the beneficiary cannot bear the risk, which means that when the beneficiary cannot bear the risk, the bank guarantee is helped to minimize the risk of the beneficiary. The bank guarantee also is to ensure that the buyer or the seller are protected from the losses caused by the failure of other party to the contract. Next, the advantage will be divided into two, which is the advantage to the applicant and the advantage to the beneficiary. The advantage to the applicant is to encourage the business growth. This is because some of the small company are unable to conduct the business due to the potential risk. So bank guarantee help them obtain the loan or conduct the business as well as increase the business growth. Second advantage is low fee. The bank guarantee is charged the low fee to the applicant, so it enables the applicant to apply due to the low cost. Another advantage for applicant is the bank guarantee is require few documents when applied, and the process for apply is very quickly. Next, the advantage to the beneficiary. Beneficiary is the person who take the bank guarantee or the seller. So the advantage to the beneficiary is add creditworthiness to the beneficiary. This is because the bank is promised on the repayment. So the beneficiary will have more confidence to the applicant and also to the contract. By the bank issue bank guarantee, the beneficiary will increase the confidence in the transaction as whole. The advantage, which is reduce the risk, is because the bank is promised the repayment, which means that the bank will pay and cover the liability if the applicant default. So the last advantage is how to expand the business. The beneficiary or the seller can expand their business on a credit basis due to the low risk, which means the bank will cover the losses. And for the eligibility, normally for those who has good financial record are able to apply this bank guarantee. Next is about step to apply bank guarantee. The first step to apply bank guarantee is the applicant must fill in the bank guarantee application form. When fill in the bank guarantee application form, the form must be stated that the amount and the reason for the guarantee. After that, the applicant can submit the form and wait the information from the bank, whether the application is success or not. If success, the applicant can collect the bank guarantee and provide to the beneficiary to conduct the business. For the bank guarantee, provide collateral will be depends on the bank and also depends on the creditworthiness of the applicants. For the process of bank guarantee, for example, the applicant want to open a new restaurant and want to buy equipment from company A, but the applicant does not have credit record or any credit history. So the company A will ask a bank guarantee from the applicant, which means that the company A is the beneficiary in this bank guarantee. So the applicant can contact and ask the bank to apply a bank guarantee. Once success in apply the bank guarantee, the bank will issue the bank guarantee and the applicant can collect it and provide to the beneficiary or the company A. So the applicant can buy the equipment to conduct the business. Next is about the fee and charge on bank guarantee from CIMB Bank. CIMB Bank is provide bank guarantee to the customers. The fees and charge is different based on the different types of products and services. For example, for issuance and amendment, the CIMB Bank will charge 0.1% per month or 1.2% for a year. And replacement of lost bank guarantee and the bank guarantee claim will be charged 100 ringgit flat on each service. Next, in HSBC, the fees and charge also differ based on the different type of products and services. For example, bank guarantee issuance commission is 0.1% per month, and for the SME customer is minimum charge 100 ringgit. And for the amendment is 100 ringgit for each amendment. For product or services which is guarantee smart, it is an urgent bank guarantee, so the fee charge will be higher and need to fulfill requirement. Next is the comparison between CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank. For the cost, both bank cost is average. The cost will be charged based on the different types of products and services. The risk for both bank is considered low, and the convenience of bank guarantee for both bank is considered very convenient in apply bank guarantee. That's all from me. Thank you.
According to the previous slide that explaining the comparison of these 5 trade financing products, which are overdraft, letter of credit, banker acceptance, trust receipt, and bank guarantee, we can conclude that for overdraft and bank guarantees, both CIMB Bank and HSBC Bank had similar costs and risks. Whereas for letter of credit, banker acceptance, and trust receipt, CIMB Bank has lower cost and risk compared to the HSBC Bank. Therefore, CIMB Bank can be considered as the better choice for the customer who prefer to have a lower cost and risk to apply these 5 trade financing products. That's all from our group presentation. Thank you.